I ain't tripping.
Well, I got $20 apes. What you got?
$20 ape?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. 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 You got something on your mind, sit back, baby girl, and unwind. Have a seat, let's talk about it. Say you got an issue with a nigga, ain't no point in shooting in the streets, my nigga, let's talk about it. Why you hating on me? How I get my letters, how a nigga eat, yeah, nigga, let's talk about it. Might learn a thing or two, dropping game if it lace up your shoes, yeah, nigga, let's talk about it. Got something on your mind, sit back, baby girl, and unwind. Have a seat, let's talk about it. Say you got an issue with a nigga, ain't no point in shooting in the streets, my nigga, let's talk about it. Why you hating on me? How I get my letters, how a nigga eat, yeah, nigga, let's talk about it. Might learn a thing or two, dropping game if it lace up your shoes, yeah, nigga, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? I've been putting niggas on in the city. Ain't nobody in the city fucking with me. If you think the shit sweet, come and get it. Keep a bad bitch in the foreign, nigga, you know we with it. I don't know about you, I'm going hard though. Bad bitch looking for me like I'm Waldo. Bitch blow me up, make me turn my phone off. Niggas play the general till they see that general go off. Niggas say I fuck that bitch until I fuck that bitch, I said it. Once you spark the beef, it ain't no peace, so all you niggas can get it. Bitch, I'm from the south, so watch your mouth, the bodies drop, I did it. Put the city on my back, you know the general stepping with it. What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about?
Bertha, big body, she empty the shit. He like I'm naughty, sitting the baddest bitch. Pussy got it got the tightest grip. My money heavy, it broke the money clip. Brooklyn Bree, you know I'm coming and I'm ready. Cut these bitches up, boom, confetti. He eat the pussy up, I call that nigga Yeti. Daddy up, I feel it in my belly. They wanna lick it and can't, so they say my name. Time is pressure, I can feel no pain. I digger, Remy, Foxy, that's my aim. It's sin, bitch, and I don't fuck with lames.
What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about? What they talking about, nigga? What they talking about?
What it do, everybody? What's happening? It's your boy Smoove, the General 10 Hut, and you are live with my partner, Mr. Stick High, Pride of the West Side. What's happening, OG?
What's happening?
Hey, you already know what it is, man. Y'all on Let's Talk About It, and we on RealRidersOnlyRadio.com. We definitely gonna go ahead and do that motherfucker before.
Yeah, don't
Hey, I want to let the motherfucker go.
It's already about to fall.
Yeah, but leave
All right, well, you help him out right there.
But anyway, what's happening, y'all? We appreciate y'all tapping in, man. You already know, man. This is the #1 podcast in Arizona right now. If you ain't with it, you need to get with it. That's right. You know what I'm saying? What's been going on with you, bro?
Everything gravy.
Everything gravy?
Everything good.
Man, you've been doing a lot.
Man, we working, man.
We working,
we
man.
just getting started. It's a brand new year shit.
Getting started.
Yeah,
man.
We just getting started. Hoping niggas ain't tired in the first quarter.
Man, what? Tired?
We gotta put some
What?
points on the
I
board
got
of the
6
first
jobs.
quarter.
I'm a Jamaican nigga. I don't get tired.
It's the first quarter. We just get
Shit.
started.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Hey, so we gonna go ahead and get into it. Y'all heard about the motherfucking mainstream shit going on. Yo Gotti, CMG. These niggas is good. They going to jail, bro. These niggas is going to jail. These niggas going to jail, nigga. Like jail. Nigga, the county, no. Jail. Prison. Locked up. Carrot suits. Nigga, feds ain't got nothing to do with this. You gonna do time.
Man,
Bro, they
it's
popped
crazy.
this nigga brother.
Yeah, they killed him. From what I heard, in front of his mom. They almost
In
killed
front of his
mama.
mother?
Yeah, his mom was in the car.
Bro, niggas is sick. What happened to the rules?
He went to a funeral.
What happened to the fucking rules?
You know what I'm saying? He drove up to the funeral with a partner and his mom.
Drove up to the funeral and ended up with a funeral. Fuck. You pulled up to the funeral and ended up having your own funeral.
They followed them from the funeral to the other, you know, where you eat and shit.
Oh, to the repast.
Yeah.
Damn, they popped the nigga at the repast.
Yeah.
You can't even celebrate life. They wouldn't let him celebrate life. Pop the nigga at the repast.
Yeah, they got him.
He didn't
at
even
the
get a
repast.
piece of chicken,
What time for him to eat?
bro.
The only thing he was eating was shells.
Shells.
I think they got him after when he was leaving.
Bullet shells.
They let him enjoy the food, enjoy the family. This last time you gonna see this nigga. He got to go.
I got stuff you step.
That's crazy.
Hey.
And that's crazy because they said so the whole thing about it though, like a lot of people got conspiracies behind this whole situation. So they said like how Angela, she was there, but she went to go hide behind the wall. Glorilla, she told her people to wait, and shit popped off. You know what I'm saying? The math is adding up. 2 + 2 = 4, right?
Right.
That's what they saying.
That's what they saying.
That's what they say. And the thing is, you already know who people it is. I ain't snitching, but you know who people it is. It's man. God damn it, paper route.
Hey, shit, man. Shit. Hey.
God damn it.
Vengeance code, sir.
Vengeance is a mother.
Hey, man, it's gold.
And the thing is, niggas be thinking niggas forget or let go. No, they just wait for the right moment.
Man, shit. I heard that they have ran him out of the city pretty much.
Yeah. He wasn't supposed to be back.
Yeah, so you know what the circumstances is and shit.
You come back when you ain't supposed to be back, nigga. You ain't coming. You ain't gonna be able to leave.
You on the streets and shit, man. It's unfortunate that the brother had to go.
It's very unfortunate. They say Moneybag was in the middle of it because you know he was playing both sides.
Yeah, man.
They said he was once with the opposition. Rest in peace of Dolph.
Man.
And then he ended up signing with CMG. It's crazy, bro.
Pray for the Memphis hip hop community.
Pray for the Memphis hip hop community, y'all. Pray for them because they need all the prayers right now. This is a shootout.
Pray for them because
you can't even go get cookies.
It's sad. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 talented brothers like that.
Bro.
Put on for their city.
Put on. And can't even get along.
Finally make it to the top.
Can't even get along.
And now you out. You after each other next. You can't even enjoy your wealth. You can't enjoy your success.
I heard it was behind some pussy.
That's what I heard it was about.
I heard it was about some pussy. God damn it, look, man. Quit tender dicking out here, man. If she gonna fuck, she gonna fuck, man. Don't kill each other behind the pussy.
Yeah.
Pussy bring life, not death. God damn it.
Loyalty is everything.
Yeah, man, that's a motherfucker. Say that again.
Loyalty is everything.
Every motherfucking thing. If you ain't got loyalty, you ain't got shit. You a worthless some bitch.
Some niggas, man, the loyalty is all we got.
Speaking of loyalty, let's go ahead and move further into what's been happening. Bro, so you know how last time we was talking about how Diddy possibly has something to do with Tupac murder?
Lord Jesus.
They saying Snoop has something to do with Tupac murder.
Man, I told you.
I heard Snoop was locked the fuck up. Let's ask
I don't think that if Snoop was locked up, you know, that'd be big news.
Bro, hey, some things they got to keep on the hush hush. They said, I asked Google, is Snoop locked up? It says rapper Snoop Dogg entered a surprise no contest plea to guns and drug charges on Wednesday and was given a 3-year suspended sentence that will spare him jail time. That nigga snitch. God damn it.
No, he said he plead no contest.
That nigga said.
That means when you plead no contest, that means like he basically just said, nigga, I don't have nothing to do with that shit.
He just keeps saying, I don't know. I don't recollect.
He basically said, I don't know.
I don't remember.
What the fuck y'all talking about?
But ain't that weird though? Guns and drug charges?
So when they
Snoop
say,
right now?
When they say they suspended
I can't see that.
When they say they suspended, basically what he's saying, what they saying is they gave it a continuation type shit.
What? So they kind of OR just to catch him on some more shit?
Nah, it's just like suspicion is like
conspiracy.
Nah, it's not like
oh, they speculate that you're
not letting this shit go or nothing. They're still watching you. They're still watching you.
Yeah, it's like an OR, nigga. We gonna let you out.
It's like kind of like floating above you, basically, like giving you enough rope to hang
yourself. Yeah. God damn it, Snoop. And I don't see Snoop dealing with drugs and gun charges right now. Then you bought Death Row 2 years ago.
With Keefy D, bond is only $75,000.
Why he ain't out yet?
That tells the story all by itself.
That tells enough.
For murder and your bond only $75,000, that mean they ain't got shit.
Yeah, they ain't got shit on
They ain't got nothing on you doing that. Your bond that cheap on a murder?
On a murder?
Of Tupac?
My shit on the armed robbery and shit, and they didn't have shit, man. My shit was like 16 G's. So I know, nigga, for a murder, 75,000 ain't shit, nigga. Your shit's supposed to be at a meal ticket if they got enough evidence.
Yeah, if they got it. If they ain't got nothing, they gonna put a cheap ticket just to get some money out.
Keefy D got to do is shut the fuck up, and maybe he'll come home. Shit. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Let the case play itself out.
Yeah,
but I heard Diddy got arrested for the shit too, though. Let me ask.
About smartphone.
Smartphone?
They probably are questioning, but Diddy ain't officially been arrested. That would be.
Did Diddy get arrested for Tupac's murder? We finna find out, y'all.
I found this on the web.
Oh shit! January 10th, 2024.
What happened on the 24th?
They said this nigga got arrested.
It ain't the 24th. It ain't the 20th yet. It's 20th tomorrow.
Nah, 2024. January 10th.
Okay.
You tried to get me on that one, didn't you? They stop lying. But no, they saying that Puffy was arrested over Tupac's murder. They're not giving me the full jug on here. I don't understand it. But anyway, Tupac, they saying that Diddy had a lot to do with Tupac's murder, and they said
where did that source come from? Who put that source
out? Google. Everything on Google. U.S. News World Report.
U.S. News? That's U.S. News?
Yeah, U.S. News and World Report.
Okay, that's a credible source.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
That's a credible source. Oh shit, Fe'La is here.
Fe'La iniko. All right, y'all. I just want y'all to understand we got a special guest in the building. I personally have told this man this is Arizona hip hop's Kendrick Lamar, and I'm pretty sure he remembers me saying this. Let's give it up, everybody, for Fe'La iniko. What's happening, brother?
Peace and love. What's happening?
Hey, man, just cooling, man.
What's the word?
For sure, man. We appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Man, we over here just talking about the hot topics of what's going on in the mainstream and how these conspiracies is drawing and coming out, and they ain't no longer conspiracies, and all this weird Houdini shit they got going on.
Right.
Diddy been killing and got caught up. He locked up for a Tupac murder. But what jail is he in? He ain't in Rikers. Diddy got in jail.
He in a bad boy facility.
He in a bad boy facility.
Jail. If anything, he going to feds. He in there with Wesley Snipes.
It might be a federal thing with him.
Bro, it's gonna be. He got more charges in a little bit, so it's gonna be beyond federal. It's gonna be national, nigga. You going to national jail? They gonna put you on the water.
You going
in the containers and shit where you can't get out.
It ain't like there's a jail that can stop him from being killed by somebody. We already seen that with Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, we already know that he's gonna be a good little
It ain't. You can't hide from no. You cannot hide from the CIA.
Oh hell,
There's no hiding from the CIA.
hell no.
Fuck around and say he killed himself.
I'm trying to. That's gonna be next. Then he couldn't take it. He hung himself in his cell. Nigga with one bed sheet. Nigga, the cell ain't even that tall.
He gonna find. They gonna find something, man. They gonna find something.
Man, they gonna find something, brother. But let's go ahead and get off of that. We get back to the hot topics in just a second. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Fe'La.
Yeah.
What's up, brother? What's going on, man? You got some powerful shit going, man.
Man, I love the push
Man,
putting
We
on.
man.
love the push, bro. We love it. It's
That
positive.
all I,
It's from the bullshit. You
it
waking up.
from my drive and my ability comes from the reason. And and when you have a certain reason that's impactful, like trying to inspire people, like trying to liberate people,
Yeah,
when you have that reason behind you, it motivates you to different levels. You know what I'm saying? Because when your main goal is money,
right.
you can only money can only take that can only drive you to go so far. You know what I'm saying? But when your motivation is love and moral and liberating people, man, it puts you on a different level as far as where to take your music because of how important it is to get the message out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's a powerful motive behind that, man. There's not too many people that come out with that motive and understanding of what their purpose is with their music.
yeah,
I
yeah.
could be for
And
real.
it's not even my purpose. It's what I choose it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's even deeper. That's bigger than life right there.
What
It's
made you decide to get so heavy in the community as far as your black your activist movements?
Naturally, since I've been a kid, naturally I've always just wanted to help people. And so I've just been exposed to certain things, certain people, certain information. And that's what I tell people all the time. Like you can't there's no comparing. You can't compare even how good I am or anything like that. You can't really compare because people go through different things. People are exposed to different things in their life. You know what I'm saying? I happen to be exposed to the teacher that was getting the fucked up pay, but still wanted to help the kid. Still wanted to look me in my eye and tell me the potential that I have. You know,
right.
I happened to be exposed to the OG in the hood that wasn't giving me the wrong information. I happened to be exposed to the gang member in the OG that was like, stay in school, do this, do that, and the third, woo, woo, woo. You
Yeah.
know. So I spent my life just wanting to figure out what is helping people and what does that mean. And I just happened to want to take the route of music, and I've just been chasing that ever since. You know.
Wow. Wow. And so when did you start doing music? Like when did you know that's where you're going?
When did I know? Because I started doing music a long time ago, and hey, what really? Because I've always been good. I've always been good at putting words together in a flow and a form that's appealing. I've always been doing that since I was a kid. And so when you're doing something like that as a kid and you're just at it and you go through grade school with it and you go through high school with it, you build skill. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a skill that starts to present itself behind the consistency. You know, because you're so constant to drive towards whatever this craft is that you spend every day on it and you figure out, oh, okay, how can I use my literature class to the music? How can I use my athletic class? How can I use my history class? How can I use my English class? Like, how can I use what it is I'm going through at school into my music?
Right.
So everything, you know what I'm saying? Like when you start something at a really early age and you just keep at it, you grow a skill. Naturally, you grow a skill.
Right, right. How do you convert your political acts and your political your politics into music?
That comes with practice. Um, it comes with practice and experience. I've been, like I said, I've been doing music since I was a kid. And so, because I was exposed to certain information like political awareness, like spiritual awareness, these are the things that I decided to want to talk about. And so, naturally, naturally, you learn to figure out how do I involve that into my music? How do I put what I want to talk about through my music? You know what I'm saying? And so, I like I said, I've just been exposed to different information growing up, and I've always put that through my music. Whatever it is that I'm learning, I put it through my music. If I was like in a spiritual phase, everything I was rapping about was about God. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a phase um where I'm figuring out love, I'm talking about love. When I'm in a phase when I'm figuring out political awareness, that's what I'm rapping about. And then I just kind of grouped everything together, all the subjects together as far as what I talk about, and just put it in through my music, you know?
That's what's up, man. And that's a beautiful thing that you be able to break that down to where even those that are trying to figure out how to do music and be able to have that ability, you know, the thing about that is like, people really find themselves puzzled trying to figure out how to articulate themselves and put the right words together to be able to pass the right message. Because, like I know, man, we listen to a lot of music and, there's a lot of unnecessary shit out there.
Yeah,
There's some shit that be so unnecessary. Like, why are you fucking talking about your butt and what color it is? Shit like that.
yeah,
To the child, to the lady. That's the child. But, when it comes down to, so would you consider yourself more of a poetic artist, or would you consider yourself like an actual quote unquote rapper?
A conscious rapper.
I'm an MC. I'm an artist. Just I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as what I, because when you're an artist, you can't really put yourself in a box. Because at any point in time, I might want to start doing some rock and roll. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like if I get the urge or something, I might end up doing some Latin shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you don't put yourself in a box artistically. You can't.
Because that's what I'm wanting to do too. I'm wanting to do rock and roll and country and shit. I like country music on sneak up there like,
Yeah, man. You want to be, you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You're an artist, and so I make art out of whatever you give me.
yeah,
Whatever you give me, I'm gonna make some kind of fucking art out of it. You know what I'm saying?
that's what you got to do. That's
If
kind of
you
how
if you give me a stick or a pen, or I will make something out of it.
shit. You definitely know how to make a beat out of a pen or a pencil or any damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying is I'm an artist, so I don't really like to put myself in
Yeah.
a box. I don't like to limit myself, but I consider myself definitely an MC first.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I definitely consider myself an MC, and then I'm an artist first though. I'm an artist first.
And see, and the thing is that one thing I value about your music and when you do drop your visuals and things like that, I value because the visual itself is art. Like, do you like when you doing
Really? You fuck with the visuals?
what? Are you serious, bruh?
Man,
It's art, bro. Like, it speak to me because it's like certain, like, okay, like the picture that you took with you with the bullhorn and your hat and everything,
yeah,
putting the black and white effect on it, you can tell there's pain. There's a purpose of why you're standing the way you're standing, why you're standing where you're standing. There's pain behind that stance. There's drive within that look of your eye. Like, I mean, I look into art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And then
appreciate it.
when you look at that, and you look at your visuals, Like the one you did in front of the old dealer spot. Like you were so free the way you were rapping, the way you was putting out what you wanted to put out.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that because I don't have a budget with the music videos that I be having. I mean, I do have a budget because I invested a lot of my money into the equipment and the quality that I have. But for the most part, I don't really have a budget. It just be the simple things. I'm really good at making simple look really fucking appealing. You know what I'm saying? Just by little small details. You know what I'm saying? Like me wearing the Black Panther hat or me having the blowhorn in my hand. Those two things are distinguishing props. You know what I'm saying? Those two props alone is a you know what I'm saying makes the picture a lot different than what it is. And then when you place that in a setting as simple as in front of a court building, and then you get a good quality camera, bam, you in there, man. You have a vision. You know what I'm saying? You have a vision that you are trying to create, and you want to try to make that vision a reality. You know what I'm saying? What happened to these niggas?
So we got.
We back. Sorry about that.
Oh,
But
gee.
I'm like, what the fuck happened to these niggas?
man,
Is this my show now, nigga? I'm like, yo.
what happened?
hey, appreciate you, Karen.
I
But look,
had to hold the show down for a little bit, man.
man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Right
Believe
the
me,
fuck on.
we appreciate you. For real.
But yeah, man, as far as I don't know if you heard me, but what I would say was as far as the visuals and stuff like that, man, I'm just good at making simple look really dope. That's all. I'm just really good at making simple dope because of what I've had to all my life. I've had to figure out how to make something out of nothing, and
Right,
I'm really good at making something out of nothing. And
right,
again, I don't know if you heard me, but again, it's the small details like the blowhorn and the Black Panther hat.
Right,
Those are distinguishing props that already make the picture and vision what you want it to be.
exactly.
do you have any Black Panther lineage within your family?
No, no, nobody in my family was it's the Black Panthers.
What intrigued you so much about the Black Panther part?
Um, I mean, obviously, it's the militant presence, the swag that they had, what they had, their uh their propaganda their propaganda game. And honestly, in our time, it's the publicity game was on point. They were really on point with what they were doing. And what really got my attention was how the Black Panther Party was even really got popular, how they even got started. Like they were just some niggas that went to college in Oakland, and they were tired of the way their community was being treated and how it was being policed. And it was something simple as a stop sign. There was a certain intersection in Oakland where people were already always getting into car accidents. It was getting into car accidents. People was getting hit by cars all the time. There was no organization in their streets, and so they didn't have no something simple as a stop sign to be able to navigate the traffic accordingly. And so what Huey Newton, because the Black Panther Party was started by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. And so
Right,
what those two brothers did was they said we need to they went to the state and their officials, and they told them we need a stop sign in this street. And so they would never give them a stop sign. And so what the Black Panther Party did was they ended up creating a makeshift stop sign, and they put a stop sign on the corner themselves. And so they did that with a whole bunch of other intersections, and they just started doing things for their community that their community members and leaders weren't doing for their own community, especially for Black African Americans. And so
Right,
they took it upon themselves to to be an example and lead by example and put the stop sign, something simple as a stop sign on the corner of that street so people can live, can live accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So that simple thing alone made me say, wow, man, like it wasn't nothing drastic. Like they just simply put a stop sign on the corner. You know what I'm saying? And so what they did was they created a lot of publicity behind that and behind going to the state senate, because what happened was they they would have these guns, because back in those days you could carry in California and you can carry and it not be a problem. And so they would have these guns, and every time, and they would have their walkie talkies, and they would listen in on the police calls and shit like that. And every time somebody would get pulled over, they would go to wherever that person was being pulled over, and they would make sure that officer would do his job. So they just would stand there with their guns, a group of niggas with their guns, police officers doing a regular little exchange, and they just making sure, hey, make sure you treat this nigga the way you supposed to treat this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
right, right, right.
So they just was doing a lot of stuff for their community members. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff for their colleagues and their peers to make sure that they just simply they had a decent way of living.
That's crazy, man. To be able to tribute such art towards, history like that.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful gift, and the opportunity to be able to do such a thing. That's a blessing for real.
yeah.
But let's
I
go ahead.
yeah.
You have a video coming out, don't you? Or did you drop it already?
What video?
You just released. Didn't you just? Aren't you advertising a video right now?
I'm I just posted. I mean, the video we were just talking about as far as turn it up with the hat, with the Black Panther hat and everything. That was the last video that I just did.
Yeah.
I'm always working on some shit behind the scenes. I'm always trying to see what videos and what I can do next. But no, I'm not necessarily promoting a music video. But
Oh, I thought that was promotion.
yeah, no, not right now, man. Not right now.
Man,
I'm
it
just
seems like you would drop something in Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be the go-to move for you.
the last thing I did for Black History Month was my last album that I did, which was Revo,
Right.
Okay.
and that album is tailored to giving people political awareness. So yeah, I'd like to draw. I'd like to do some things in February for sure, but again, man, budget is everything. So, and this economy isn't in a good position right now for anybody. So there's a lot of trying to get the right budget to do the right things. But fortunately for me, I'm in record label talks. So it's just a matter of just continuing to put the work in, man. You just gotta put the work in. And whatever comes from putting the work in, that's just what comes from it, you know. And if it ain't working, then you gotta work harder. And that's
What
it.
what you think about uh the candidates for the presidential election?
What the candidates? Ah, man. To be honest with you, man, it feels like the presidential election is getting less and less popular to
Yeah.
want to vote for or want to get involved with. Like people are sick of the Republicans. People are sick of the Democrats. The Republicans, they they more so will be straight up about they lie. That's Republicans. They're a little bit more upfront about their lie. Democrats are just really good
Sneaky.
at hiding what the lie is. But the reality is neither parties are helping us right now. Neither parties are doing
Right, right, right.
what they're supposed to do. Neither parties have ever really never really done anything for us. To be honest with you, because I don't believe in one way of thinking. You can't just think democratically. You can't just be like, ah, that's just what I like. You have to think to the situation, to the moment, to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be one sided on any topic or situation.
I hear you on that. And man, there's a lot of issues right now. Thinking about the presidential election right now, a lot of people are worried. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you was talking about, the economy and things like that. Rents up. We got a homeless at the highest.
Inflation. It's inflation like a motherfucker. Everybody I know is doing bad. I don't care who you are. Everybody that I know is doing bad right now financially because of this economy.
Yeah.
And it's bad, man. But it's all to the plan. Like inflation puts you back in your position. Motherfuckers that thought they was doing their thing, whether
Yep.
you were an entrepreneur or not, inflation puts you right back in your position unless you know where your class is, unless you know, nigga, no. You still got some shit to do. Like that's what inflation. I'm telling you, man. That the system is designed to bump people back in position into trying to have to labor and have to labor and toil for their next meal.
What do you think about the Biden administration?
Um, I don't see the Biden administration doing anything, but like I said, I don't really have faith in any administration into the white that goes into the White House because they don't control shit.
When Biden says stuff like "You're not black if you don't vote for me,"
What type of
what
shit?
does that make you feel? How does that make
What
you feel?
type of shit is that, man? I said the same thing. But all of that shit is all of that shit is it's not a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like you expect Biden, this old ass dude, to all of a sudden change how he was feeling in the '90s. Like the '90s wasn't that long ago.
Right, right.
He was a hell of a grown man in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? And the '80s. So it's expected for these politicians to act the way they act. You know what I'm saying? Like it's expected for them to be the way they be because that's the system that they. You know what I'm saying? It's the system that we live in.
Yeah, that's the word.
What's your political views on Trump?
Oh, Trump.
Trump.
Trump is a businessman looking out for his business interests. That's it. And if your business interests align with his business interests, then having him in office helps you. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't help people without money.
Right.
It doesn't help those people. It doesn't help the people who don't have much to go off of or to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So,
Yeah.
it, based off of what you say, each administration has a weakness
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
and a strength.
Well, what y'all gotta understand is everybody's still under control by the 1%, by the wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They're still. It don't matter who's in office. It don't matter if it's Obama.
Right.
It don't matter. It don't matter if they put you in office. There are going to be a lot of pressures. There's a lot of things in place in the system that it don't matter what you believe in. You got to abide by the rules. And the moment you get out of hand, or you get out of pocket, or you get out of finito, you got a sex scandal.
Could you see yourself in office, running for office one day? Could you see
What
your,
happened?
Could you see yourself running for office one day as a political leader for our
No, I
community?
couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't run for political office. Every person that I've known that has a strong enough aware mind that gets into office, it they're not able to do what they want to do.
Never.
They're not able to do the things when you like. It don't matter what you do. There's a system in place.
There is a system.
Yep.
It's
In
a,
the it's in the structure is built in the structures, built in the blood of this country. It's built in the foundation
do you
of
think
this
that
country.
we have been really been playing the game though, as far as the in the political field? We have. Do you think
Oh, we play the game. We do play. We have a place in the game. We have a place.
as
We
far
just
as far as like the black community? I mean, they won our vote.
you're only a like in a game. You're only a winner if you have a loser.
No, I mean like in the political field. When we talk about political field and our political leaders, these are people that we vote for, that are senators. They may be um, House of Representatives, judicial judges and stuff, even presidents. A lot of these people are familiar faces within the community. You know what I'm saying? So we
But
have
there are a lot in office. There are a lot of people who are in office who really care though. There's a lot of people who are in Congress or in the House or the Senate that really care about people. You know what I'm saying? But because of the system that they work in, they can't maneuver the way they want to. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember those two brothers that was in the house that started saying the things that they wanted to say, and then and they ended up getting kicked out of the meeting. They got kicked out. Like nigga, what? Get out of there. But then you had white people that was saying the same thing that didn't get kicked out. Like these are, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't like there are things in place in the system that it don't matter what you believe in. The structure won't allow you to move the way you want to move. And
Right.
so what it end up happening is you end
no.
you end up just getting out of the office like, nah, I
That's
can't.
where I disagree with you because
Or they come up with some kind of dirt. There are so
built
many
for us,
avenues and so many things that they do to get you out of office.
You
the
said
the structure built for us to win, but I don't believe we playing the game right. How many people
The
do we
structure's
have?
not built for us to
How
win.
many people do we have? It is built for us to win if we
in
play the
what
game right,
way?
No,
because
it's not built
we
for
have our political leaders on the ballot if we
this.
have the signatures. If
This
we
is
get
a game.
if
This
we
is a
get
game of this is a
familiar
game
faces
of
of
monopoly.
people that we know that we can trust within our communities, that we can send in there with our agenda, that could go into office and push our agenda a certain type of way. We will have people out there fighting for us. But if we don't get on the playing field, we don't have these names on the ballot, then we got to deal with the names that are on the ballot and hope to God that that nigga do what the fuck he say he gonna do. But nobody know this motherfucker. So that's why we keep on dealing with these who the fuck is that nigga on the ballot ass shit. We got to play the game in a certain type of way where we have people that we trust within our community that have clean records that we could put on that ballot and go in there and fight for our agenda within our communities.
Let me. We're playing Monopoly. The game is Monopoly, and we only have like one die. We don't get a community chest. We don't get money when we pass go. So we're playing a game that's it's designed for you. Like, you're gonna fail. The way the system is made, like it don't matter what you know what I'm saying. How many times you roll that die? Like there's so many people that have two dices, two die or whatever.
We have black
there's too many
before.
things in
We have
play.
we have broken history. We It's proven that we have broken a lot of history. Black people, as a whole, we have broken history. We could break history again. We could
Well,
break history
it's
again.
not about it's not about breaking history. It's about the system that we
That's
live
why
in.
I'm telling you, if we get the pieces, if we get the political pieces in position, we need all these seats to be filled. When you talk about seats in the House, we talk about
Yeah.
seats in the Senate. We need seats filled. That means names. We need names on these ballots, names of people and representatives from everywhere, all across the country, community leaders that we know within our community that we could put in position to make sure that our agenda be pushed a certain type of way. and their names be on the ballot, and we motherfucking all know that these names are on the ballot, then we know who to vote for. We start putting names on the ballot, we start voting for people, and we start putting people in position. We start taking up seats, we start taking up presidency, we start taking up shit. Next thing you know, we running everything.
I get where you're coming from, but in history, you don't think we've had plenty of like plenty of powerful, or not powerful, but plenty of like black people or people who care that were in a seat of
People,
position.
I think people don't trust the
That,
system because they don't understand how it works. When we
what
start
about what about Obama?
What?
We
Obama,
had we had Obama for 8 years.
true enough, but he didn't. He didn't do what he said he was gonna do.
Why?
His
That's
policy
my
was different.
why is the reason, because do you see how stressed out Obama? I'm sure there was a lot of Obama
Obama made
wanted
history.
to do,
He
but when
made
you get
history
to that
for us.
office, it's like it's not what you think.
It's
And
not.
I'm sure there's powers and pressures. I'm sure there's so much when you get in the office. It's like, nah, nigga, you
But
thought you was gonna be able to do this, but
if
hell
Obama
no.
his house, if he had his house and he had his Senate full with his representatives, then you could push your agenda. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's a whole system that we got to play.
There's people
Against
even there, but there's people like there. Who's to say that the people who that get into office aren't right, aren't really together mentally? Like there's plenty of people that make it seem like they're for the people, but they're not really for the people.
right, 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 right,
Right.
right, right.
They own hidden agendas, and there's too many of that.
That's why they didn't like Trump because he
Going
was
on
draining
around.
the swamp. He was draining the swamp. That's why they did not like Trump. Trump was in there draining the swamp. He's not a politician. That's the dopest thing about Trump that I like. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. If
Listen,
he's out there
the
doing
only,
something that don't make sense, that pertaining to business, it don't make sense to business. He like, what the fuck is this? Why is he doing this?
It doesn't make sense.
listen, as a activist, the when we talk about a revolution, we're not saying that we're gonna start the revolution. We're not saying we're gonna go grab the guns and we're gonna start shutting shit down.
Right, right,
What we mean is we're preparing for the obvious. So this country was built on a rotten foundation. And so the way the system is created, it's positioned to fail. Like it has to crumble because the foundation isn't just or moral. So it's gotta crumble. It's just a matter of time. So because of they're gonna continue to raise the cost of living, the middle class is gonna disappear, and there's gonna be more poor people. Times are gonna be desperate, and that's when people are going to want to make a change in a togetherness. The only reason we're not in a position to do the things that we want to do is because we're too separated. We've separated ourselves through class, we've separated ourselves through sex, religion, political preference, race. We've separated ourselves in all these different categories that we're not seeing the one picture, which is the oppression that we're all going through. So we're fighting each other because you're the Democrat and you're the Republican, or because you're the Mexican and you're the black man, or because you're the Christian and you're the Catholic. Like we're not thinking about, yo, I'm a Christian and Catholic and you're a Catholic, and we're both being oppressed together by the 1% in the wealthy class. That's the reason we're in the position that we're in, because shit don't hurt enough. It don't hurt enough yet. The people that in the middle class, they got a nice little house. They got a dog with a white picket fence and a little family. Nice little job. You know what I'm saying? They don't see things the way my poor ass see things. Or they don't see things the way this bum see. They don't see things the same way. That it don't hurt like it hurt me. The economy don't hurt them or this person over here like it's hurting this person over there. So these two people aren't going to think alike because they're not liberated enough to understand they're both being oppressed regardless of what class they're in. You know what I'm saying?
They're not liberating. Whoa.
They're
They're not
not liber they're not, you know what I'm saying? So what happens is
they're
when
not
shit gets
not
real,
liberated
that's
enough.
when both of them motherfuckers is gonna be on when both of them can't have when both of them don't have toilet paper. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what race you are, what religion you are, what political preference you are. If you trying to get toilet paper like I'm trying to get toilet paper, nigga, we on the same side.
Who you
But
who
toilet
you
paper,
who you think didn't have toilet paper?
you said what?
Who do you think he didn't have toilet paper out of all the races?
What do
You
you
know,
mean? Who didn't have
we know the
toilet
China man had toilet paper. We
toilet?
know we know the Hispanics had toilet paper. We know the white man had toilet paper. But guess who don't have no factories with toilet paper in it? The African.
I know what you're trying to get at.
You understand that the black workforce is lacking within our the infrastructure of the black community. We have no black workforce within the infrastructure that could keep us afloat a certain type of way. Once COVID hit, it let me see something a certain type of way. They could take niggas off the stage. They could
Yeah, I mean,
they could take their jobs away. You
but
know,
I get that, but the big picture because we can't. That's what I mean by looking at because right now when you look at race, you're only looking at a symptom. When there's a virus,
that's not a race.
the virus creates symptoms and those symptoms are created to confuse you. Oh, I got a sore throat. That's that must be the problem.
I have
Oh,
nothing.
I got a stomach ache.
That has
That
nothing to do with them. That's like the weakness within our own infrastructure. That shows us that tells me that we are so far behind on resources.
Right.
well, yeah, but I mean,
And we
Nigga,
talk
absolutely
about
far behind on
we talk
resources.
about like we still reminiscing on motherfucking Black Wall Street. The
They got
money here, all these brothers and sisters that's out here making all this black wealth. There's a lot of black wealth
here's,
out here.
this is the thing. We can either talk about who's oppressed the most or who's oppressed.
right.
No, I don't think about who's. I think
That's what we have to
we
talk about. We either going to talk about who's the because I
children,
there's two facts. The fact is that we are the most when it comes to oppression, we're at the bottom of the barrel.
but we could rebuild.
I'm more like this.
We can't rebuild without taking care of oppression. Period.
I
We
mean,
could
no, absolutely.
rebuild within
But
it
at the
So
within
same
you don't
time,
ourselves.
want to.
I feel like
We can't fight capitalism with black capitalism.
I
We
We can't do that. We have to fight. We have
can't.
to
We is increasing they capitalism with black capitalism. They is everybody.
We can't have capitalism at all. Is what
Everybody
I'm
is
trying to say
off the white
because
dollar.
this is what you have to understand. There's niggas with your same skin color that'll exploit you just like the white man. It's niggas in your community doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So we can't fight capitalism with black capitalism or white capitalism or brown capitalism.
I
We have
have something that's ours though.
we
Just
have
ours.
we have to fight it with liberation. We have to be liberated.
You damn right. You be liberated with by creating your own jobs, by creating jobs for your people, by creating a motherfucking community
But even if you create a job, even if you create your own job, there are laws and there are things in the Constitution. There are things in the system that are created to for your business to your business to have a whole bunch of obstacles in its way. You understand what I'm saying?
we have enough brothers out here that know how to do business. We just got to get them to do it. That understand that the importance of recreating the black workforce because everybody has their own workforce.
I mean, the blueprint's been given already.
Everybody has their own workforce. Everybody has jobs out here. Well, you think about who's hiring who and you think about what we was talking about in COVID. No having no warehouses where we don't have food stored. We don't have toilet ports. We don't have no resources.
There were plenty of people that didn't have resources. There were brown, white. There were all
Mm-mm.
kind of people of color that didn't have resources during COVID.
Trust and believe me.
What about all the homeless people? You know, there are different colors of homeless people.
Oh yeah, that's a different
About
thing.
that community,
I'm not.
do you think the homeless people think about color?
No, I'm not. It's not about you. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm basically saying they got they self to make sure they straight. We have to make sure we straight.
Right.
That's all. I ain't saying nothing bad
Got
about.
themselves to make sure they were straight.
They make sure they straight because they making sure they straight right now. Like they shit built
Hey,
up. White companies, Hispanic companies.
what about the white boy that live down
They
the street
create
or
business,
that live next door to you?
work, work
You don't
for.
think that white boy? You don't think that white dude went through the same thing you went through during COVID?
I don't say nothing wrong with him. I'm talking about the infrastructure within the black community, the workforce. In order for to rebuild the infrastructure, it has to start with a workforce. Everything that was destroyed in the Black Wall Street has to be rebuilt.
That's what I'm saying. The blueprint's been
We
given
got to be
already.
able
We
to
just got to
have
follow
jobs within for ourselves, regardless if there's jobs for them. We can hire them too. We ain't saying that they can't get a job with us.
Now the
We'll
question is
hire
who
them
gonna
too,
do
but
it?
we got to have these businesses have to be out there and made within the infrastructure to help rebuild the black
You're
community.
trying to the problem is you're trying to do shit within the infrastructure. The infrastructure is already set in stone for you to fail
The infrastructure
already.
destroyed, but only because we steady talking about what happened. We got to
No, only because that's what
build.
the country was built off of
They
wealthy
destroyed our shit.
concepts, wealthy structure. It's built off of wealthy people.
They
So therefore, so
Black Wall Street. Shit, they destroyed our shit. We got to rebuild it.
that's proof that it don't matter what you trying to build, they gonna destroy it. The
They
system the system is gonna play its part in destroying it. There's nothing you can do within this infrastructure.
do you quit?
People trying to reform,
Do we
and
just
reform
quit?
is not going to work. What you're trying to do is this is look at it like this.
Do we just quit?
America is built on like this. There's a foundation. When you build a building, you have to create a foundation. The foundation that America was built on is a rotten foundation, which is wealthy, capitalistic, and to oppress people in class. So that's how America was built off of. So when they built this building, right? This building based on that foundation, what you're trying to do is you're trying to say is let's create a room for ourselves within this building. It's our room right here. This
Else
room
got
right here
their own.
is our room. But you in the same building though.
Everybody
The
else got their
Chinaman
own
got
little
their
shit.
room.
Yup.
The Hispanic people got
But
their
that's
room.
the,
They got
but
their
that's
own channel.
but that's the problem. You're trying to do stuff in a building that is not designed for like you don't own that you're trying to create a room in a building that you don't own,
We
and the
can't
person
own
that
it.
own the people that own the building
We
is
can't own
going got it set in stone for you to have some shit that's just not going to get you in a position that you want to be.
it. You believe mentally that you can't win, that you always gonna lose.
In
If
this system that
you already defeated
there's
before you
no
start,
winning in the system.
you
There's
already defeated before you start. If you already think like, damn, we finna lose.
it's not a game of winning. It's not a game or a
It
matter of
is a game of winning. We
losing.
got Jesus wins within everything that we fight. Whether we fought for our rights,
Yep.
where we fight the vote,
Yep.
everything was a win for the first black person in baseball, football, basketball. Everything was a win. We fighting every time we do something and break history again is a win, and we can motherfucking overcome all this bullshit. All we gotta understand is how to motherfucking use the system Start playing the game.
You can't use this. There's nothing in this system.
We can't. Yeah,
The
we got
only way
everybody to understand how to use it so we can play the game because they understand how to use it. That's why they That's why they putting they political leaders in office and they getting they shit ran through. You know what I'm
I get
saying?
your optimism. And I'm not trying to say that you can't be optimistic about overcoming the system. Like I'm not saying that you can't be optimistic about it, but what I'm saying is you can't use the system to beat the system.
Why not?
Like the system has to be, it has to crumble completely, which will happen. It's gonna
People
happen.
beat cases every day.
You said what?
People beat cases every day. I done beat like how many cases have I beat? I didn't use the system against itself a lot of times. The system fucks up.
But look, this is what I'll say. This is what I say. Beyond all of the stuff that's going on, beyond everything that's happening, we've got to have knowledge of self.
Yes,
That's the most important thing.
that is
Be-
important.
because people, there are too many people in the world that have this ignorance, and the ignorance is stopping them from understanding what the bigger picture is, as far as whether it's within themselves or the society that they live in. It's really about ignorance. And so people have to understand, like, whether you're a, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, or whatever, whether you're a Christian or a Catholic, whatever it is, we have to be on the same page as far as, okay, we're all being oppressed. That's the thing where you have to say, I'm gonna put my religion to the side, I'm gonna put my political preference to the side, I'm gonna put my sex and race to the side. We can all agree that we're all equally being, we're not, well, not equally, but we're all being oppressed. And that's the one thing we just have to agree with. That's the one page we all got to get on. Like,
The power to do what
we
the hell
all being
I wanted.
oppressed.
We I don't. Do you understand how far we have come as a race in this country?
I
I
Like
mean,
know, I
facing,
know how far we've come.
we not facing the same shit. Like I swear to God, back in the days when I was a little kid in kindergarten, I've been getting called a nigga since I was a little nigga.
It's
Yeah,
different for black people, man. It's different for black people.
people up over that for a long time. That was the green light. You know what I'm saying? But
There's a reason, though. You have to understand the
I
history of
went
everything.
through versus what my mama went through versus what her mama went through versus what her mama went through is way different. But we have took huge steps as a race, as an advancement. We got to count all our wins, y'all.
yeah.
We got to quit doing that, man. We got to count our dubs, man. We got to count our dubs because we got a lot of dubs in the history as far
Yeah,
as
we do.
the black
We
man.
do,
That's
yeah. And
true.
it's it starts with the black man or the black woman. It really does, man, because we're at the structure of oppression. We're the we're the body of oppression. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is kind of like, okay, we're being oppressed, but we're the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? And the reason being is because of the way history is and the way things occurred in history, as far as uh, us being, we're the only race, and I don't think people understand this, but
Okay.
we're the only race and group of people in this country that aren't, besides the Native Americans, that aren't immigrants. We're
You
the only group of people. Think about that. We're the only group of people that came to this country that were not immigrants. The British came as immigrants. Everybody came to this country as immigrants. We came as property.
do you believe that some of us was natives?
What do you mean?
There was every black man was not every slave was not from Africa. Do you believe that some of these slaves were natives?
Native
Uh,
Americans, yeah, some, yeah, they were enslaving Native Americans.
yeah, black. There was black Native Americans.
I mean, I'm sure there was some people that was having sex with some Native Americans, but there weren't. What is this black? What is this? People of color?
Yes,
People,
people of color with
people who
with a
are
native tongue.
people
People
who are
that people of color with a native
who
tongue.
are impacted by the sun.
No, they look just like me and you. They just have a different tongue. It's just like a
People
brother,
who are
like a brother.
when you say black, so when you say black people, you saying Cubans?
I'm saying
Are
whoever
you
was the
saying
original
Dominican?
native of this land that looked like me and you that had a native tongue of this land.
Of this, what do you what this is the question that I'm trying to ask you. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Like when you say black man,
Yes, he looks like me and
are you only speaking of African
you. He's a
or
native.
anybody with a dark
About
complexion?
anyone with a dark complexion or a light complexion that looks like me and you.
So that can be Indians from India.
Then where he can be an Indian if he was a native of this land with a native tongue. He just looked like me and you. It's just
I'm not saying native
I
of this
don't
tongue because
understand. I don't
there
understand how it could be so unbelievable. I mean, look at how many brothers is all around the world that speak a different tongue.
but what do you mean by brothers?
They look
Do you mean native just Native American, just
closer.
indigenous?
Is Sammy Sosa not a brother?
Yeah, that's a brother.
He speaks in a Dominican tongue, though.
But why isn't the Anglo-Saxon a brother?
Yeah, he speaks in the. I mean, we all around the world. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
We all brothers. We just happen to be. Do you
We
know?
were
But
in
do you
Africa.
know why? Do you know why we get this skin color? Do you know how we got this skin color?
You know how we got the skin color? They say basically where we was. Um, Lord Jesus, we was green, and the oxygen makes us bronze.
Okay, so when you think about the world, right? You think about all the continents and you think of geologically. Think about all the countries that have people with this color. Think about all the countries. Think about whether
Everybody,
Mexico, think about it, Mexico,
everywhere.
whether that's Cuba, Dominican Republican, all the countries in Africa, India, some of the Vietnamese, Philippine people, some Asian people. But then when you think about all the countries that are lined up next to that line in the middle of the earth. So the more sun the more parts of the earth that are exposed to the sun are people of this color. So it's a geographical thing.
Do you
I'm not black. I'm not this color because God said I want I want them to be this color. This is how we evolved into this color because of the sun and where these countries live. And the further you get out
believe that?
from that line,
How you explain they hair and our hair?
how do you explain who?
How you explain your hair texture and anybody else's hair texture?
Evolution, man. The sun, just culture where you come from.
Their hair never evolved.
It's just their hair is different based on where they live and where they and how they've evolved.
I
That's
just
all. It's not a it's there's no superiority
I know
anywhere.
nobody say nobody was superior.
But
We're
what
all
I'm saying,
different.
but what I'm trying to go back to when you saying
We're
the
all,
black man, when you
we're
saying
all
the black
different.
man
There's-
was in America, because what you're trying to get at
I'm not.
is
I'm
you're
saying
trying to
the sun
say that
can't
black
get
people.
you. You just gonna be something. It's like no, you either black or you not. You either white or you not. You either Hispanic or you not. You either Asian or you not. We didn't choose to be who
So,
we
so the people in Cuba who probably darker, it might be darker than you. Is he black? Is that a black man?
the Cuban that speaks that's speaking a language and a tongue, and he looks like me.
Basing,
Yeah, he a black.
so you're basing a black man based on the language that they speak,
Hell no, it don't have nothing to do
or are
with it.
you basing it based on
It
the
don't have
country that
nothing
they
to do
come from?
with the language because we all around the world. That's why we all have different tongues. They all have native tongues of wherever they at.
And the Cubans and the Dominicans, they're black. That's a black. Those are black men.
That's you damn right. And so and the slave trade didn't stop at America.
But that's what I'm saying though. So when you say in America, when you say the black man, when you say the black man, that there were black men in America already.
You damn right.
They
Witness,
were they're
man.
just indigenous. They're indigenous people. They were the people that lived in the Americas. There were hundreds of tribes all over America, bro.
Yeah,
Hundreds of
that's
tribes. I'm
what you
talking about millions of people that were indigenous, and they look like people that we identify as indigenous natives. Those are indigenous people. So to say like, oh, I'm a, I, it's possible. It's possible somebody then in somewhere in my lineage maybe has sex with a Native American. It's very possible. But to say
you don't think they hold on, man. See, we was almost there, Fee. We were almost there.
to say to say that there was a bunch of Shaka Zulu looking niggas in America is not that's not it.
Look the same. It's just like a brother that's out in Cuba.
I
He
don't
don't look the
believe
same as us. He
I
wasn't
don't believe that there were
right
tribes in
different.
Africa in America.
Why
I
not?
don't.
If the brother have traveled all around the world, if just imagine if you just imagine all the time.
So the brother's the only one that traveled all over the world. You
No,
don't think there was some Russian motherfuckers in the history
I didn't say nothing about.
around
I
the
didn't
world,
say
or some Spanish
nothing
motherfuckers that traveled all around the world?
nothing about them not traveling. I'm saying that we have been here too. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
everybody. If that's the case, you can say that everybody done
All come
been
here
here
as
before.
slaves.
But the original indigenous people are the people
But,
that you see today, and you identify them as that's a Native American. You look at them and you see them, you know it by history, by what they have used to
there's
wear,
a lot
by
of
their tribes that they have, and the
with wordplay, like they say, a Native American. Like what is a Native American? If we have lineage within that's within this country
Native Americans,
that
the
are
tribal people
natives,
that was here,
how are they not the Natives Americans?
the people that was here. Those are the Native Americans. The people that was here before
There, are,
all the
there is
countries
history.
and continents. They the Native Americans.
There is history that proves that within our lineage there is brothers that have Indian tradition that have been in this land that are natives, indigenous people of this land, and for some reason they are being called. They can be. Why
Here's
is that so hard to believe?
here's a bigger question.
That's so
What's
hard to believe. There are black people in Italy. There's black
okay?
people.
All right. How about this?
Around the-
Let's just say you right. Let's just say you right. Yeah, there were black people here first. Let's just say you right. Now what?
Okay, that's proof that they already that they trying they're confusing people. If you don't know you're a native and you say that you're from, what if your lineage is
You
uh
people are confused because
what
they don't have history. They don't have they're ignorant to the history and the knowledge. That's how
what
people.
what if your lineage originally came from this land?
What does that mean?
That has a whole lot to do with who the fuck you is.
That's and that has a lot to do with my personal life.
Yes, that
But
matters.
what does that have to do
Yeah.
with what does that have to do with the big picture as far as us as a whole in getting us out of oppression?
you said we got to know who the hell we is. In order to know who we is, we gotta accept who we is, and all the lies need to be stopped being get told. All the history that we teach, we send our kids that get polluted and lied to about the knowledge of history, and then when you get grown and you find out the real history, then you feel like, damn, all these lies that they keep on telling, and then we sending our kids right back to the same shit to get lied to. It's like, what the fuck is we doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's
We gotta stop accepting these lies, calling the shit out for exactly what the fuck this shit is, and not just be so stuck on one part of history, because there's more than one part of history that they telling. We got to be able to accept all the history that they're lacking to tell, because
and that's important. History is important. I
they got blood on their hands.
that, but all I'm saying is at I'm just trying to figure out as far as like what is like finding out if we were the first ones here or
It's the first ones. I'm just saying they're not recording, they're not telling the history right,
there's
because
a lot that's what I agree. There's a lot of history that's not being told.
even when they made agreements for this American treaty, was we not in that meeting? Were there not natives within that meeting?
Yeah, but
There was natives at that meeting. Why is history told one way, and when history is truly, when we know history, the true history, you
yeah,
know,
man, I get it, man. I get it.
they
I
that stuff matters, especially for knowing who you are, and knowing who we are. We didn't all just come here on on a boat.
I mean, yeah.
Get
I
here,
mean, we came in on a boat.
everybody didn't come here on a boat.
Somebody, you got here some like geographically the way America is. You had to get like there's two big ass motherfucking oceans that separate both sides of America.
Have you heard about a
So
tunnel for?
that's the reason why it's really difficult, especially during times where boats weren't a thing, where it's hard to imagine that there were a lot of that there were just African tribe people that were in like they were in Africa in Native America. Like there's it's hard to it's really rare.
They
I
said,
I do believe there were some Africans that were visiting America before Christopher Columbus or the Portuguese or the Spanish were ever stepping foot on America. I believe that. I
you
believe the Moors were
think
here
people fully
before
populated
that.
the world before? You know what I'm saying? You don't think nobody fully populated this place?
Do you know how hard it is to populate some shit? Like
Do you understand how strong willed the man is? We get
it,
shit done.
it would take a long ass time, especially because the indigenous Native Americans that were here, like you know how there's millions of Americans, there were
Right.
millions of Native Americans here
Right.
on this like there were like just
That's right.
populations all over this fucking land, bro. There were millions of them were killed, bro. Millions of them were just killed and destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Like there was already a huge population before the Moors or Africans or Spanish or Portuguese or any other people were coming to this land. That's why this is they shit. But at the end of the day, it don't matter whose shit it is. It's out like we're all. Nobody should stake claim to anything.
Shit, if everybody getting a check, we need our check. Shit.
A check
Well,
for what?
we need that native check, man. We we need that check in that house, man. We need reservations or some more shit. All I'm saying, man. Look, if you owe us, give us what you owe us. If you ain't gonna give us that 40 acres and a mule. Mule used to be transportation. That'll be a whip. We'll take a house and a whip.
And
Well,
that's why knowledge itself is really important because it don't matter, like it don't matter.
they gotta pay us one way or another,
It
whether
don't
you
matter
pay.
what your intentions are. It don't matter what your race is. If you don't have knowledge of self, you can fuck up everything.
I
You
mean,
know what
I
I'm saying?
see every debt getting paid, but the debt that they owe to us. They make every excuse to
Think,
every
think
to us.
about. Have you ever heard of Papa Doc? Not 8 Mile. I'm
Papa
talking
Doc.
about Papa Doc. Have you ever heard of that name before in
Uh-uh.
history? Papa Doc was he was a leader from Haiti.
Okay.
He led the successful revolution in Haiti.
Okay.
They were enslaved. This was during slavery time. Like they were slaves. They was getting fucked up, raped. It was all kind of shit happening to them, and the slaves ended up. Papa Doc was like he was the activist. He was the dude that was like the revolutionary at that time.
Right, right,
He
right,
was
right.
a revolutionary, and so he led all of those oppressed people into overpowering the government in Haiti, and he led it. They won. It was successful. But once he got in position, once it flipped, he ended up being the tyrant, and he ended up oppressing all of those people. He wasn't educating the people. Those people were not. All they had was their passion. All they knew was shit was wrong. This shit wrong. That's all they knew. But they didn't understand the political or the educational side or the liberating side of things, so that when they took power of Haiti, he ended up flipping and oppressing them worse than the white man was. He taught them to hate white people, but he didn't teach them why. He didn't tell them why these people were the way they were. He weren't telling them anybody who oppresses people, anybody who exploits people, anybody who mistreats people at all is wrong and fucked up regardless. And so that's what I mean by having knowledge of self, because you have plenty of people who have the right intentions. I'm not saying Papa Doc didn't have the right intentions, but what I'm saying is because he didn't deal with the flaws, or, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers get in position and they're these activists, but they're at home abusing their wives. You know what I'm saying? So when they get into a certain position, they haven't dealt with their anger, and if that anger fucks up the fight or the cause that we're having, or you don't have control. You haven't dealt with your problem of being greedy. You ain't dealt with that side of you, or you don't even know that you are greedy. You don't even know that yet, because
What
you're so busy fighting the revolution. And then once you become this great leader or this great activist, you're stealing money from the programs and the cause and stuff like that, because you never dealt with that part of you. And that's why knowledge of self is really important, because it don't matter what you fighting, you will fuck around and fuck the whole thing up because you ain't dealt with who you are. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why we're in the position that we're in, because we're so fucked up psychologically that we don't know how to move. We don't know what to move. We don't know what to do at all.
what does a bank do when you what do any company do when you owe money? They collect the debt.
Uh-huh.
What is wrong with a debt that you owe, that you say that you owe thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people
Not
that
getting paid.
you owe a debt to?
Uh-huh.
Everybody that you owe a debt to, you pay.
Millions of
They
dollars.
they paid the natives, the supposedly natives. They didn't pay the Jewish. They didn't pay people they weren't even supposed to pay. They paid China. They paid Hiroshima. They paying all kinds of people.
Here's the problem: you're comparing, and you
I'm
can't
just saying,
compare.
they owed us. They put on paper way before though, before they even supposed to get paid. that you
Who
that
who owes us?
that you owe us.
Who owes us?
The government.
The government, the United States government owes black people money.
You goddamn right.
So, and why do they owe us money? Because of the slave trade.
Because they said it. They said it. And that was we didn't say it. They said that they was gonna give us 40 acres in a mule. Somebody gotta claim that motherfucking debt.
This is what I'm trying to. This
They
is what
get
I'm
it.
trying to
Did it
figure
claim
out.
it. My mama didn't get to claim it. Nigga, I claim it.
So my thing is this: if you if your people played a part in your own slavery, why would you feel like you need reparation for that?
How did they play a part in their own slavery? Which when they slave
How,
beyond the
how
what?
did we play a part in our own slavery?
How you play a part in well you
Ask, how did we play a part
I
in
understand.
our own slavery?
They sold some off. I get it.
No, some, did you say some?
They sold some, they stole some too.
Do you know who were the first to enslave Africans or
They
to
sold they
get slaves
stole
from
some
Africa? Do
and
you
they
know
stole a
what
lot.
country? Do you know what country was the first to start getting slaves from Africans?
Um who?
The Spanish. Easily being, think about geographically where Spain is.
Right.
Spain is right there next to Africa.
That makes sense.
So you got to understand, Africa is not a whole group of people. Africa is separate by a bunch of different countries and a bunch of different country and a bunch of different cultures,
Right.
bunch of different ways of living, bunch of different languages, bunch of different shit. So it's not, you got to stop looking at Africa as this group of people. That's not the way it was. They didn't consider themselves Africans. They considered themselves Zulu. They considered themselves
Right.
whatever their tribe was. That's what they considered themselves. You
Right.
understand?
Yeah.
So African, there were African tribes that needed certain goods that the Europeans from like the Spanish that the Europeans had, and there was nothing that the Africans could really trade except for humans. The Spanish wanted humans because they had found the Spanish they were the first ones going to South America already, but way before
They didn't promise us
Christopher
no
Columbus.
money.
Before Christopher Columbus, they was already out there with sugar plantations and shit like that.
They didn't promise us no money. They didn't promise us 40 acres in the mule. So how could
That's
I
America. That's American politics as far as 40 acres and a mule. What
I'm
I'm
a
saying
I'm
is, what I'm saying is, as far as the slave trade, there were African tribes like the Zulu that would gather up these African tribe these enemies, these are their enemies, and they
right.
would gather these niggas up and they
Like
would take them to the West.
send them to the opposite shit. Like here. You
Not
get
that, you got to understand, this is business. They didn't Europeans didn't see Africans as like enemies, like, oh, you niggers, like, nigga, this is business, nigga. The Spanish and the Europeans was giving the Zulus and tribes, they was giving these niggas guns, goods, they was giving them all kind of shit, and in exchange, the African Zulus was gathering up their enemies, they ops, and they was giving it to their business partners.
and they opposites have to look
And
just
and, and you want to keep it real,
Lord
they
Jesus.
was treating people want to put this thing like Africa, like the Zulus or the African tribes weren't treating the slaves fucked up. They was raping and murdering the slaves on the way to the Western
Don't
slave
think they
trade.
do you don't think they stole some slaves too?
What you mean stole some slaves?
They stole some people beyond they will from Africa. They stole a lot.
Maybe,
They
but
stole a lot of people
maybe,
beyond their
but
will from Africa.
But you can't
It's
think of the Africans as weak. Them tribes was they was some. Them
I
African
definitely would.
tribes, bro, they was strong. They was deep, real deep. I'm talking about super deep, bro. Like it didn't matter. Like you couldn't. It wouldn't be easy to just go into Africa and take some slaves. You wouldn't be able to do that. Africans was deep,
They use
strong. They were
different
powerful.
tactics. They use different tactics to like lead them to the ship, like different type of shit. Like, have you ever seen a like?
I'm sure, but what I'm saying is the majority of the business was it was like it's that's what I mean. You can't look at the shit as race. You got to look at it as you got to look at the problem is not race. The problem is capitalism. That's how the slave trade was even able to happen. If the African tribes say "fuck you," we
It don't
don't
have
do
nothing
that.
to do with race.
Never the slave trade never happens,
I've
and America is probably never built the way it is.
if I tell you like this, let's say you're doing music, you're doing business. Um, somebody owes you. You do a feature with somebody. The agreement is they owe you at least 2,500 for this track that you're featuring on.
You stuck on
Okay,
this 40 acres of the mule.
look, the agreement is what agreement. They say they owe you 2,500. Now, when you
That's what
when you
now okay, now the 40 acres and a mule, you might have an argument. But at the same point in time, eh, that whole 40 acres and a mule, Lincoln honestly just said that to make like people think that Lincoln freed the slaves because he felt for slavery. But the reality is his office and his peoples was telling him like there were so many slave revolts that were happening all over the place. Haiti had just gotten control. You had Nat Turner. You had all kind of shit happening in America where slavery. It was going to be inevitable that Africans were going to like take over shit eventually. And so what they understood was if we just free them, but free them into a system where they're still in slavery, but mentally they feel free, we can stop the revolt. We can stop them trying to take over like they did in Haiti. We can stop that if we just free them. So
yes,
Lincoln only did that to ease that and to also win because he knew that he needed African Americans to help with the Civil War.
the
So that
civil
was the only reason he freed slaves.
well, the Civil War is based upon us being free.
Yeah. Well, no. Well. Uh.
Because the South didn't want us, the Confederate didn't want us. A lot of their companies is built
What
upon
it
us.
was the Union knew that the South's only strength was their slaves, and so it was really a power move to free slavery. It wasn't like I mean, yeah, there was some people up north that were like slavery's fucked up, but they had slaves up north. They
Right.
had slaves in the north.
I've heard about presidents having slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had slaves, nigga. They had. That's what I'm saying. They had slaves up north.
Right, 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 right.
Motherfuckers knew. So, like I said, it was a political power move. In order to make the South weak, we've got to take their slaves from them. But at the same time, there was also something written in. There was also something written in a long time ago that they had to stop slavery. So it was what I'm saying, like I said, it was a power move. It wasn't like they wanted to it wasn't like, oh, the North believes in slaves and we this shit is wrong. We're gonna fight for the slaves. No, nigga, they ain't give a fuck about slaves, nigga. Lincoln didn't give a fuck about no damn. They ain't give a fuck about. They had slaves and they damn selves. You know what I'm
So
saying?
they wanted to strip the South of its power.
Yeah, they wanted to strip the South of its power because you also got to understand. Think about this. How do you think voting was? Think about voting, and you got about 100 slaves. Think about that. That's where the 3/5 came from. Where they said that we were 3/5 of a human. They made black people 3/5 of a human because they didn't want the South to have all them votes. So they said, nah, nigga. Africans are considered 3/5 or slaves are considered 3/5 of a human because they didn't want that to be a full vote.
Right.
And that's why I don't fuck with the presidential election because of the electoral vote. Like nigga, where does our vote go? Our vote goes to a group of motherfuckers, and they make the decision. That is
It's a count,
that's some bullshit.
vote count.
Mm-mm.
We have to be on the ballot. You got to get the names on the ballot. And in order to get the names on the
Are you
ballot,
not understanding? I'm talking about the electoral,
that's how you get
vote.
to the electoral. That's how you get on the ballot. Your name got to get on. You got to get the signatures first. You got to get your signatures. You got to get thousands and thousands, like at least about what 250,000 signatures to get your name on the ballot. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the system. That's why I talk about we can use the system against them. You got it don't take money, it takes signatures. Now, why you think they be out here on the street
So
trying to
you
get
think?
signatures?
So you think a motherfucker can get into office
I
and
know they can.
and change the country? A motherfucker can get into the presidential seat
Shit,
and change the country.
but they affecting us right now. They affecting us all right now. Rent went up, gas went up, food went up.
Everything.
Hell yeah, they could affect
But
what
what I'm trying to get you to understand is it don't matter who's in the presidential
it
seat.
does matter because if we get
You gotta understand, bro. You gotta understand. You gotta take it back to history class, bro. The president ain't the motherfucker. He's
it,
not that nigga.
it's the whole
Person who's in the
system.
presidential seat is not that nigga. The people who are in Congress, those are the motherfuckers.
Yes, the lawmakers, and you have to control the whole. That's why I say that's why you
But
need.
they don't even control the shit.
That's why
Do
they're
you
all.
know do you know who controls, bro? Do you know who controls this country?
The votes are all split. That's why they're all trying to control the vote. The vote is how you
You
control
know who
the country.
controls this country?
The vote controls the country.
The wealthy control this country. The people who control our money, our finances, they're the ones that control this country. Do you
You
know
get
who they
the
are?
one get the vote.
They're not even a part of the United States government. It's the what? Like, do you
They
understand?
worse politicians.
Do you have a dollar? You have a bill on you, a dollar bill.
Yes, I think I do. Let me see.
Take out a bill. At the top of that motherfucker, what does it say?
The United
In
States
the middle.
and God we trust.
I'm talking about at the top of the president's face.
On the front, okay. Let me see. Federal Reserve note.
A Federal Reserve note. Now, in anything in your life that's a note, what is that? Car note, mortgage note. What is a note? That's debt, right?
Yeah.
So that it, so nigga, it say right there on the bill, debt. Right there on the bill, it say debt. That piece of paper is debt. Debt to who?
Debt to the Federal Reserve.
Debt to the Federal Reserve. Do you know who the Federal Reserve is?
That's Rothschild. That's a lot of shit. That's
They're the stakeholders. They're the ones that they're not. The Federal Reserve does not even answer to the government.
I understand that.
So what I'm trying to the Federal Reserve was created by the wealthy. There was a group of niggas on I think it was called Elgers Island or something like that in like 1914. They had a secret, and this meeting didn't come out until like 40, 50 years later. But they had a secret meeting where it was the nigga from Chase, Rockefeller, Rothschild. You had all the major people that basically own the natural resources, all the power people, and they created a bill, and they called it the Federal Reserve. And basically, what the Federal Reserve is, the Federal Reserve controls our currency. It controls our money. You understand? Because once upon a time, we didn't have a centralized banking system. Once upon a time, everybody had money. Money was different in every county or state that you went in. There was a different color money. It was a different way it was printed. This money looked different than this. That money looked different than that. That's how, you know what I'm saying? Money, that's how money was in America. And so the wealthy people, as far as the banking system, they came together and was like, we need a centralized banking system. And the centralized banking system says that there's one entity that controls all the currency in the whole country. And what they did was they did this by running up money without having the same amount of gold, because that's all money is. That's all that paper is. Like, it's really a receipt of how much gold that you had in your bank. That's how they created the whole paper thing. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, it used to be gold. You know what I'm saying? You used to trade gold for shit.
Okay.
That's,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And what happened was people didn't want to be carrying a bunch of gold with them. So they
That's
would have somebody, because you can get robbed. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit that can happen with you having a bunch of gold. So you
that's why
had
they say,
motherfuckers that came and was like, hey, we'll give us your gold and we'll give you a receipt of how much, you know what I'm saying? This is the receipt of how much gold you have. And we keep your gold, and and what they did was they run up the interest on that gold that they're holding for you.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why shit is the way it is. Like as far as the currency and shit like that, and that's why like the market would crash and things like all the time, because there was a certain situation where a dude had went to his bank. I think it was like 1913 or something like that. He went to his bank and he asked for all his money. He said, "I want all my money," and they was like, "What?" He said, "I want all of it. Everything I got, I want all of it."
I want all my
And
bread.
they didn't have it.
The bank didn't have his money.
The bank didn't have all. They couldn't give it to him. So he ended up going to the press. He ended up telling the press about it, and the press ended up writing an article about how this man went into the bank and couldn't get his money. And so that's when everybody started going to the bank at once. And that's when the market crashed, because everybody went to the bank to get their money out. And that's where we are, right? Like, if everybody was to go to the bank right now and ask for their money, they wouldn't be able to work, because this paper that we have, bro, they figured out how to make that bullshit ass paper more valuable than gold.
Wow.
And that's the bullshit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
currency is changing.
That's the current. That's why the value of gold is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The
the
international
the last person to try to actually do it. This was the last motherfucker to try to do away with the Federal Reserve, was John F. Kennedy. He was going to make he was about to actually flip how currency was going to be. And he was going to make our currency based on how much gold we had. He was going to take it back to that. Like, if this is how much gold you have, this is how much money you have. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's how and the Federal Reserve, after Federal Reserve was created, they created the IRS. See, people think the IRS was created a long time. No, the IRS was created by the Federal Reserve. So when you think about all the money and how the shit is broken down, as far as the government and agencies like the hospitals and stuff, all that money that's being taxed goes to the IRS, and that goes to the Federal Reserve. If you ask any realtor how the interest rate changes, they're gonna tell you that nobody knows but the Federal Reserve. And how does the Federal Reserve how do they determine the interest rate? Nobody can answer that question. They literally have control over when they want to change the interest rate. Anytime.
And that's how the market changed with the housing industry.
That's how the market changes and everything. That's how shit like inflation is when we have printed too much money. We have printed entirely too much money, and so all that money is taxed. When they print that money, when the mint prints the money, like people think that's why that's why people don't understand. Like you can't just print money. So what happens is they just print this money, and that money comes with a cost.
Right.
So they inflate milk and rent and everything like that because they have to account for all that money that's being printed, because they're printing that money without the gold behind it to back it. They're just printing paper, just
That
printing paper and printing it and printing it and printing it and giving out fucking what was that they gave to the fucking what is that fucking word? What is that word? Bailouts. That's what a bailout is. They bailed all those companies out in 2008 because those companies are too big to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like people like State Farm or you know what I'm saying? All of these companies that employ and insure millions and millions and millions of Americans. You can't let that company like, nope, sorry, gotta bail them out. You want us to fall? Nah, we can't bail us out. The whole market crashing in 2008 was all because people, a lot of these mortgage companies were giving people these loans that couldn't afford those loans. You know what I'm saying? People they was giving people that had bad, horrible credit, just giving them houses, giving them all kind of loans and giving them houses, and all of that shit just crashed. Fucked up. My bad, man. I've been on a rant, but I'm liberated, man. This is actually so I'm trying to give y'all like a deep insight on how money is and how
Good.
this country
You
is actually really ran.
no, you good, bro. Do your thing, man. That's what it's about. It's called Let's Talk About It. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, we talking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to break down.
Yeah, I've been learning. That's why I ain't been saying that. I just been sitting up here paying attention. Like, wow, this is informative as hell. Oh my god.
This brother is
That's
very
how. Yeah,
agenda.
that's basically how this country is ran, man. Like I think it was Rockefeller, one of the old Rockefellers said that I cared not what this country does with its laws if I can control its currency. If I could control the money, like these people that control our currency aren't even from America. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that finance both sides of the war.
Do
These
you
wars that are happening, they got to spend some kind of money to
do
get
you
all of the tanks and guns and all of the they finance both sides of the war. That's just like in America when you got the white man fighting the black man, the motherfuckers like Nike and motherfuckers, hey, yeah, we gonna fight for you. Let's fight for you. But I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if Nike was around in the 1800s, they'd have Nike ropes. It's all business. You know what I'm saying? Like these people just it's all about the you know what I'm saying, the wealthy versus the rest. And people have a misunderstanding of who the wealthy are. People they do that because they try to confuse you and make you feel like you can get to that wealth. You can have that American dream. But what they're not telling you is there is no piece of the pie. They telling you can have a piece of the pie, but there's no piece of the pie. The pie gone. Piece is gone. People think Oprah's wealthy. People think Dr. Dre's wealthy. People think Kanye's wealthy. And that's the problem. People think because they're wealthy, I can get there. And in reality, they're not wealthy. These aren't wealthy people. Oprah's not wealthy. If Bill Gates woke up with Oprah's money, he'd kill himself.
I'm sorry, brother.
You gotta understand what wealth is. Wealth is a motherfuckers that's been around since the 1700s. That's wealth. Motherfuckers that's been making money since the 1700s, bro. There are families that own oil, rubber, copper, fucking steel, gas. There are families that own natural resources. I'm not talking about the motherfucker who's rich off of printing clothes. I'm talking about the motherfucker that owns the cotton for you to make the clothes off of.
That's the workforce. That's the workforce, the infrastructure that they have created.
That's no, that's capital.
That's
We
the
there's not much capital. You have to, in order to be wealthy, you have to have capital. And capital is
um,
the original, it's the natural resources.
capital creates infrastructure.
Yes, and we can't obtain
Why?
wealth is something that has to be inherited to you. You
No,
can't just
you can. Well,
obtain, you just can't get wealth. You can't. It's sold up.
you don't see how how the black dollar how rich the black dollar is right now. You don't think
No,
they?
the cost of living has exceeded. The only reason a black and they that's how they get you. They make it seem like, oh look, the black man got $1 billion.
I'm not
Nigga,
talking about the common
the cost
black
of
man.
living is up.
I'm not talking about the common black man. You don't think there's enough successful brothers and sisters that put enough money to rebuild their infrastructure, to create a workforce.
They can do like if black okay, yeah, if black people was to all come together at once and say, fuck it, let's do it. Yes, we can do that. But you're not understanding the infrastructure and the system. The system, when I say system, I'm talking about the education system that fucks up your mind.
What do
I'm
you
talking about the
think?
healthcare system
What do
that
you
fucks
think the
up your
education
body.
system
I'm
is?
talking about a system that prevents you from gathering together.
The education system is lacking money. When you talk about things,
Why? Why do you think the education system is lacking money?
because the dollars that are made within our communities are going outside back to their communities. When you start
No,
creating a workforce that's within your community, then you start recycling dollars back into the community versus dollars being taken out of the community, sent to Mexico, sent to motherfucking Africa,
sick.
sent to wherever the fuck everybody else is from, instead of these children and these people within this community. So
Yeah,
when you start, when we create things and jobs that has an infrastructure that's built within the community that has the people within the community working, that's how you get them dollars recycling right back
yeah,
inside.
but stick. It's not a coincidence that our education is so poor. It's not like there's a reason that they keep the masses uneducated.
Why would
There's
I?
there's a reason that every time something happens on a budget cut,
If we have
the first thing that they cut when they do budget cuts is education. That's the first thing they cut.
first thing they were,
That because they can't have people gathering info. We can't have a mass of people educated. We can't have that.
you damn right they would kill you back in the day for learning how to
But
read.
what I'm saying, but that's what I mean about a
I
system,
paid
Stick.
for your
That's what I
education.
mean about a system. The system is developed for a mass of people to be so fucked up that they can't think as a whole.
Why are we relying upon them to pay upon our education? We had our own schools.
That's the system that we live in.
We had our own shit. That's
But
why
the,
I'm saying we have to rebuild the infrastructure
but
where
the
we
system
upon.
made it to where it is now. That's the system. And there's no, you can't reform it.
You
You
can't.
can't.
You got. We got to build
You,
from the bottom up, just like every other company
that's
built.
what I mean. When you when I say you can't reform, you can't work the system by using the system. The system got to go entirely. It's got to go entirely. You can't fight capitalism with color capitalism. You can't do that. You can't say I'm gonna fight your exploitation
No,
by
I'm not. It's
exploiting you.
it's not fighting them. It had nothing to do about fighting them. It's
We,
about
we,
rebuilding.
we
Re-
gotta we have to destroy the system completely. And the only way, look, you can be as optimistic as you want, but the only way that the system is going to be destroyed is by the system destroying itself. And it's going to happen because the foundation is built on rotten foundation. The system is going to continue raising the cost of living. Like I said, they're gonna the cost of living. What do you think? That's why I say it's easier to get $1 billion now. That's why it's so easy to get a billion, because $1 billion today is like being a millionaire in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? The cost of living exceeds. So that means the cost of selling your goods exceeds. So that means the ability to get to $1 billion is a lot more attainable. The dollar amount is not the power. It's the people who control natural resources. People who control, like, people like Nike is not wealthy. It's the motherfucker who controls the rubber. You gotta think deeper than what's in your face. You have to open your third eye and think about the bigger picture. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it's deeper than just that. It's way deeper than that.
That's a big
That's
problem.
why and what do you think? And that's why we do it in our own community. We exploit. We are in a lot of these American members are inspired by their country, and they treat people the way their country treats people. They exploit. That's why with this music shit, they constantly exploiting us. You know what I'm saying? As far as artists, people exploiting each other. So it's just like it's just a matter of knowledge of self and people getting their self right.
I know it's man. So knowledge of self. Now, Lord Jesus, I could go on forever on about these things because these are things within the black community that are hindering us. You know what I'm saying? Because these are things that have to be talked to the rich, the rich black.
Hold on, quick, I gotta go get this battery real quick.
Okay, we're gonna get back to it. While he getting his battery, let's tap into some of his music real quick, and we're gonna tap right back into this conversation. This is fun.
Turn it up, turn it up. See, they hear what the fuck we gotta say. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Speak up a little louder. The pandemonium is on the podium with all the power. But swaying this division, how the fuck I'm supposed to listen? The siren is a tyrant with a badge and permission. The violence is providing me with bad opposition. Society providing me a bag of prescription. The silence of the people is a bad proposition. Gotta speak a little louder so the masses can listen. I'm past being passive, clash of the classes. Fighting for the cash, put your ass in a casket. Reminded of the past that a bag add madness. She never had ass, poof, magic. Now she got a nigga asthmatic. Motion in the ocean make it hard to swim. All the commotion in the world make it hard to win. That's why we gotta stay involved, cause that's all we got. And get loud for the people in the parking lot. Speak up a little louder, they can't hear us through the madness. The whole world is in a panic. Somebody speak a little louder, they can't hear us in the attic. We know the powers can't stand it. I guess we gotta turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Till they hear what the fuck we gotta say. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Till they hear what the fuck we gotta say. Selfish and I'm allergic. I wonder if it's on purpose or for a purpose. I wonder if it's for a reason and if it's worth it. People dying on the earth don't occur urgent. Unless it's Birkins, they urge for their next purchase. It might purge if the service is not working. But ain't nobody perfect. It don't matter if somebody got a body surgeon. Anybody with a body got a body hurting. We need to be soul searching. We need to be unified to prove that you and I can reunify for the movement. We human, but they dehumanize what we doing. But they ain't improving, they just recruiting excuses. And I'm illuminating a better solution. We gotta speak, continue to be unique. cause we all we got, and get loud for the people at the top. Speak up a little louder, they can't hear us through the madness. The whole world is in a panic, somebody speak a little louder, they can't hear us in the attic. We know the powers can't stand it, I guess we gotta turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Till they hear what the fuck we gotta say. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Till they hear what the fuck we gotta say. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Till they hear what the fuck we gotta say. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Till they hear what the fuck we gotta say.
Yes, sir. That shit hot. That shit hot. I love your intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I love what you bring it to this show and shit. That's
Yeah,
what.
man. Yeah, man. I know we getting deep into politics and shit like that, but I know it's some life shit that we, definitely want to talk about, or some community shit, some local shit. I know it's some different other shit. I know I just be getting into.
Yeah,
Uh,
I want to talk about politics because
it's important, man. It's really important, man. Especially this information that I'm giving, because it could really liberate people to give them a better understanding as far as um, what's really going on, and it can really answer some of your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of women or people in general, man, can really poor class people in general could really believe that they're not working hard enough, or what they're doing isn't enough. And when they can understand that they're working into a system, and they're fighting the wind, they're fighting against the wind, they're fighting against a rigged game. When they understand that, then they can take the pressure off of themselves. They can take that. Okay, there is some shit, that's some obstacles that are being thrown in my way for me to fail. So it's not me. You know what I'm saying? The problem's not me. You can stop putting the blame on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to feel like it's your fault that you're having a hard time feeding your kids, or you're having a hard time paying your rent. Like, you can stop feeling because you got two jobs, or you got a job. Like, you're already slaving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're modern day slaves already. You know what I'm saying? Because we sell our labor for cheap. Like, the wealthy class only exist because we sell our labor for cheap. And selling our labor for cheap, meaning there's a like the shit that we do at work, there's a value. There's a value to what our labor is worth. You understand? And your value of your labor is more than likely way more than what you're getting paid. But because the system is created for the wealthy class to be superior, they've created laws where they're allowed to pay you a minimum. So that means that I can make billions of dollars, I can make trillions of dollars, and I can pay you a minimum of your labor to
I
make my product and
where
make and sell my product.
you believe there's a supremacy, but it's not in race. It's in wealthy and poor.
It's in class. It's in class. Because I guarantee you, there's a Saudi Arabian motherfucker exploiting his people. I guarantee you, there's a Chinese motherfucker exploiting his people. There's a motherfucker in Russia exploiting his people. There's a motherfuckers in Africa exploiting their people. Exploitation comes from greedy individuals. Now, in our country, it happens to be the white man, but the big picture isn't focusing on that white man's color. The picture is focusing on the system that was created by that wealthy man. You understand? And understanding where you are. If everybody understood, damn, man, I don't get paid the value of my labor. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, these people, I sell my labor to you for cheap. Meaning if I'm working at a construction company, and my labor is worth $100 an hour, by law, they can pay me $16 an hour. And between that $16 and that $100, that's called a surplus. And that's where their wealth comes from. They're not only getting paid from the product, but they're also getting paid from the value of the labor that we're selling them. We're selling their product and we're selling our labor at the same time. And then the cost of living is always at a point where it's hard for you to live. It's hard for you to maintain, because the products that you that the products that you have to buy cost more than what you're getting paid to create that product. You know what I'm saying? Like the cost of maintaining the hospital costs. You're selling that, and you can't even get the care, the proper care that you should get. Or the grocery store that you're toiling over for years, you can't even really get the groceries that you want, because the cost of live the way things are. So it makes it really hard. And not only that, not only the financial part of things, but the lack of education, the environment that you lived in, the poor environment that you lived in that fucked up your mental state of mind, all the flaws and habits that you develop from being poor, your bad eating habits that come from you being poor, your bad decision making that comes from you being poor,
Poverty creates
your
crime.
bad dating, or you fucking bitches all the time, or niggas, all of that coming from you being poor. These
Right.
are habits that we create because of our situation and our circumstances and the environment and society that we live in.
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
People just don't understand that, and that's what I'm trying to liberate people, so that I liberate one, two, three, and they liberate one, two, three, and maybe when shit hits the fan, we have enough educated people to be able to lead a successful revolution. Because there is going to be a point in time where shit's gonna hit the fan, and circumstances are gonna be so dire that you don't care who that person is next to you, what they represent, but just the simple fact that they want the same thing that you want, which is simple food and things that help you to be a human being. You know what I'm saying? That's when shit's gonna change. But right now we have to try to liberate as many people as we can. That's our goal. Our goal isn't to start the revolution, but to educate and to liberate as many people as we can, so that they can continue that course, and over time we be able to do something. You know,
So they got to get woken up.
they got to get woken up, and that's not an easy task.
It's
It's not
not.
an easy task. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Because we're fighting each other every day. We fighting each other. We doing each other dirty. We stealing from each other.
It's the reprogramming. It's all the stuff that we taught to. You know what I'm saying? We're getting reprogrammed and stuff. It's like I said, a lot of things that we taught in school is false truths.
They're
And
just they're too, there is the system is just way too big. It's way too big for just it to just, you know what I'm saying, one day we just do it. Like one day we all just, as a like, it's got to be a long process.
damn right. That's why we.
America's a really young country. If you compare America to Russia, or to Europe, or to Asia, or to Africa, America is young, young, young as fuck. We're talking about centuries, thousands and thousands of years. Like these other continents have thousands of years of government. Russia has had a government forever. China's had a government forever. You know what I'm saying? America is really, really young, really young. So there's gonna be a revolution. Look at all the shit that's happening, bro. It's about to be a World War III. This is all World War III shit.
You
This is
think it's gonna
all
be?
World War III shit.
What do you think about the alien stuff?
What you mean?
Aliens in the mall. Um,
All that shit fake, man.
you think all that stuff fake?
I know it's fake.
You know it's fake. What do you think? It's a distraction?
Nigga, a alien at a mall? and nobody get a picture or video.
There's a lot of black people saying they seen them.
Here, man. Nobody saw that shit. The police already came out and said it was just that picture or video is just a reflection. Like some like when you look at something and I can tell that shit is so real because all the lights, the way the police lights were shining in one direction, if somebody was to walk if at a certain distance in front of that light, your shadow can appear bigger than what you think it is.
How many black people do you know that admitted they seen an alien?
Bro, bro, this is it's
That's
2024, bro.
sad.
I'm not putting nothing
Brother,
past
they
nobody no more.
seen
Black
aliens.
black people killing people like white people used to do it now. It's all kind of shit happening now. You know what I'm saying? Like
We done seen aliens when they ain't seen them, dude. I mean, what brother do you know that done said that I seen an alien? We
bro,
got this on saying they seen the nigga.
I'm not I'm listen, I'm not saying because I believe that the absence of evidence isn't evidence that it doesn't exist. I believe that. So I don't know, but I just have a really strong feeling that
That's
there's no outside life outside of the planet Earth.
wow.
There's never been we don't have there's no
You
proof. I don't
haven't
care
looked
what
up.
nobody tells you, there's no physical proof of no we don't have no we haven't had no physical proof.
You haven't looked up in the stars and seen anything moving, like something unexplainable that ain't not an aircraft or a star even. It,
I believe life started from here. When the Big Bang theory happened, I believe that life started here. Just boom, everything started.
but
I don't believe. I just don't. We've
you don't believe in no other
got
another.
satellites that's been in space forever. We got all kind of shit trying to look for outside. Bro, we've been to over 300 planets.
You believe space is real?
Think about that, bro. 300 planets.
Do you think they really been there?
Huh?
You think they really been to? They really traveled to these planets? They're coming up with they're saying a lot of conspiracies about.
I'm saying as far because they got satellites that they put out there, and these satellites have just been moving. They have some satellites that are just their job is to just go. They can't maneuver the satellite. They can't move the satellite where they want it to go. They create a trajectory, and they actually I just seen an article a couple of months ago where they lost signal because the wrong a motherfucker pushed the wrong button and it's gone. Satellite gone. Nigga, all the years of what they was doing, bro. Nigga
Yeah,
pushed the wrong button and all of that shit. Like they can is go like there's nothing they can do about it.
that's like somebody pulling the plug on the game on you.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like they ain't been there physically, but they've seen or you know what I'm saying, have researches and shit like that where like nigga there's no like if there was outside life, bro, we would have seen it a long ass time ago.
You don't think some of this?
Motherfucker, and if these aliens is coming down here all these years, all of these centuries, nigga, for centuries just boop 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 boop. Here I am, no I'm not. Here I am, no I'm not. Here I am, no I'm not. Here I like what the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here, man. Like I'm real, no I'm not. It's like oh whatever. Oh no, we're just playing. Like no, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I just seen another video where they were in Colombia or something like that. It was like in somewhere in South America where some Colombians had a video. It was on TMZ just recently where they saw a 7 or 8 foot or 10 foot creature walking down a mountain.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that video.
Yeah, nigga, the basketball player he had to pop up and say, "Yo, that was me." Like, nigga, from a distance, I look that tall. Like people have mistaken me for some creature, but like I'm just tall as fuck. Like
So that was me.
it was me. Like it was me, that other person right there. That's my wife right there. Like
That
nigga,
turned out into a human.
and you can look like bro. You can see they got like a hat, like a look like a cowboy hat, and like get the fuck out of here, man. Like people just wanna they wanna believe with. And like I said, I'm not saying that is not possible. But what I'm saying
You-
is we
this
don't
one,
have no proof, no physical proof in all of the years that we've been here. We don't have no proof.
you ain't seen none of none of the footage. You don't believe none of the footage that you see with flying aircraft, UFOs, none of
I
that.
believe they're exactly what they are. They're UFOs, which is an unidentified
Object.
flying object.
Do you
Meaning,
think that's what?
meaning some shit that they saw in 1990, the shit that they saw in 1990 was a drone that we use today that China had first.
You think that's a military ship?
I believe I believe it's military shit. I believe that all of these countries have all of these different technologies that they've created, and it gets caught.
Spy devices.
Spy devices. That's what I'm saying. I believe it get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, nigga, if you saw a drone in the sky and it was beeping and it had like a little light, if it's far enough, you're gonna be like, bro, that's a
Alien.
fucking UFO.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You gonna call it a UFO. You gonna be like, bro, look, it's a fucking alien, bro.
Right.
They have these helicopter lifts where they
That makes sense.
where these helicopters are like in a unison, and it looks like the fucking lights that you be seeing from a distance in them UFO videos.
Okay.
And they be looking. I'm telling you, man. Like
So that
it just, we
explains
don't.
that.
I just don't understand how we don't have no fucking no fit. There's no physical proof.
Well, how would you explain the speed of the aircraft, the way that they fly?
Some new technology, man.
Like do you see how quick them things move?
Yeah, but
It's like a blink of an eye. It's like that motherfucker could be right here and then.
I'm sure they didn't. I'm sure they done made some shit. I'm sure China is working out some shit right now, and they like, look at these motherfuckers. Look, they gonna think it's an alien. Look.
Make that shit.
Watching the news and shit. Like, look at this shit. It's crazy how you see how we be seeing these launches, these satellite launches, and we remember when they first was happening. We were like, yo, those aliens, and then out of nowhere, you'd be like, nigga, we sent out a fucking an announcement that we were launching a satellite. You can
Right.
imagine all them people laughing their ass off, seeing people post videos. Look in the sky, look, it's an alien. The army like these dumb motherfuckers think it's an alien.
I mean, what if it really is and they covering it up?
No, no,
You don't believe in covering up conspiracies?
I don't believe it, man. I believe in conspiracies, but I just you just have to you got to watch how far you get into those conspiracies
Right.
because
Man,
you just have to keep a distance. You got to stay aware of them, but you got to keep a distance. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracies can get you caught up in shit that's not really true. You know, and you got to conspiracies can close your mind, and you got to keep an open mind. You know what I mean? You got to keep an open mind.
man, it's been a pleasure having you today on our show, man. Can you tell everybody where they can find you at, brother?
Oh man, y'all can find me everywhere. Fe'La iniko. You just type that, man. You gonna find me. You gonna find me everywhere, man. I'm definitely surprised you ain't asked no controversial questions. I'm surprised.
Uh,
I was actually I was expecting that.
Controversial, such as what?
Uh,
Uh,
shit that I be on as far as the my war against pay to play.
Oh yeah, we were
I'm
gonna.
really surprised about that.
Oh yeah, we were gonna go there. You're in the. You guys were talking dropping gems.
I feel that. I feel that.
So
I,
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, like I had to go with the black community with you because you've been so huge in our
I
community.
appreciate that. That's more important.
I
That's more
wanted
important as a
I,
whole.
I wanted to share your intelligence with the community and stuff. For those who don't know who Fe'La iniko is and stuff, so they know.
I got you, Fe'La iniko. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, how do I say your name? I gotta say it right, because Lord Jesus, I'm
It's
like my mama. I be fucking them names.
Fe'La, and then my last name is Iniko.
Fe'La, Fe'La iniko,
Fe'La or Fe'La. You can call me Fe'La because the name originates from Fe'La Kuti. But
Fe'La.
the apostrophe and I changed it to Fe'La. And as you can see, shout out to Fe'La. Shout out to Fe'La. You know what I'm saying? Fe'La.
Hell yeah. Hell
So
yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, I'm gonna play a video on the way out and shit. You got any special shout outs to anybody?
man, I want to give a shout out to Boss 360. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to my nigga Six Keys, my nigga Lottie. I want to give a shout out to Plex, Speed, Marley, and I just want to give I want to give a shout out to Riz. I just want to give a special shout out to Hatch, man. Rest in peace to Hatch, man. We just want to say we miss you, man. We wish you were here. Wish you were still. You probably be here right now during this fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? Like we miss you a lot, bro. We miss you.
Rest in peace, Hatch.
Peace and love. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you coming on the show.
Appreciate. Love y'all. I love y'all platform, man. I love what y'all doing.
Appreciate
Man,
that,
thank you,
man.
brother. Thank you for coming.
Off top, man. Peace and love.
All right.
Nah. Hell yeah, man.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tapping in, man. We have ran out of time, so we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. You have just now sitting here and tapped in with us on RealRidersOnlyRadio.com. That's right. But let's talk about it. We just
Talk
had
about it.
Fe'La iniko.
And
We just had Fe'La iniko.
It's a tongue
We just
twister.
had Fe'La.
That nigga's right out.
We had
You can't say it
Fe'La
several times, you know.
iniko on the
Fe'La
show.
and Nico.
He's
Fe'La
still here.
iniko.
Fe'La iniko. That's
Fe'La
it.
and Nico.
Fe'La iniko. So we just had him on the show, man. He came through, showed some love, dropped some gems, man. With OG
Drop
Stick
some
High, man.
jewels.
I went on ahead and let them do their thing, man, because they was dropping some shit. So therefore, y'all go ahead and tap in, man. We appreciate y'all for having this and tapping in with us tonight, man. Y'all holler at y'all tomorrow or next week, excuse me, tomorrow. I'm tired.
We about to ride out to
We
his
out of
video.
here, man. We gonna go ahead and tap into the video right now.
Let me get
Fe'La iniko.
Let me see where we at. Yeah. Let me see. I'm supposed to get it right now. Touchdown.
Always haunt my dreams. The green twins with your eyes.
Damn, Mizzy Mari got
Trying to do better, I'm 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 trying to do better today. Trying to do better before it's too late. I'm just hoping that my music ain't included with the rest in peace. I just wanna see improvement in my movement. I don't want the death of me the only time that you respected me. I wanna smell the flowers in my face, and I wanna be alive to put the flowers in a vase. But I'm afraid that my demise might arrive in its place. They always tell me that I'm dope, but never share the high. Validation with that accommodation got me thinking everything they said was a fucking lie. They ass shaking and I'm advocating, yet they getting all the admiration. I ain't hating, but it's got me navigating through the fabrication. Bitterness behind the time that I invested. Afraid that I'ma go through life undetected. My whole life I just wanna be accepted, and yet I'm left with the rejection. Trying to find the right direction and I'm getting lost. I'm asking for directions and they asking for a budget cost. They wanna wait until my funeral to carry me. And a casket is the only time they stare at me. Fuck it, you can bury me alive if it's like that. Always wanna wait until you die just to type that. He was so good at what he did. Man, he was so loving to his kids and they wasn't even his. Or he was always fighting for my rights. Or he was always helping someone life. Or he was always opening his home. Or opening his arms when somebody was alone. I'm going viral when I'm gone, and I'm hoping that that ain't the case. Trying to do better, I'm 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 trying to do better today. trying to do better before it's too late.